Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Sir Spam 28 here, bringing you some World of Warships closed beta action. Going ahead and loading up this game in the Tier 6 US cruiser, the Cleveland. A little bit OP right now, not gonna lie, but, you know, that's never stopped anybody. So this match is gonna showcase just what you can do in the Cleveland when you get its guns singing and its guns on target, and the damage that you can wreak with these guns. Super rapid firing 6-inch guns. So this is a fun little match, short match. Ended up being a victory for our team, spoiler. But was very exciting and had some very, very exciting moments in it. So at the beginning of the game here, just gonna go ahead and get in an escort position to this battleship, as you should be doing. And you can see that I've locked my guns over my starboard side, because that's where the enemies are going to be popping up relative to the bearing that I'm going to be heading. And as we swing our ship over to port and get our guns facing starboard, go ahead and start taking some pot shots at these enemies. Unfortunately, those shots get blocked by the island, but you can see that I'm in an escort position for this battleship. So any planes that are coming in to attack him are going to have to fly over and through my anti-aircraft fire. So good positioning there on my part, good positioning on his part too, to kind of stay towards the back, stay behind me, as we're kind of, you know, getting into this corner up in the A7, A8, A9 area. So incoming fire, light damage, not too much to worry about, but looks like I've got all sorts of ships shooting at me. But my primary focus is going to be on that cruiser. But I see that he's retreating behind the island, and I see that I'm not going to have shots at him. If I took the shot where I needed to take the shot to hit him, he would have been behind cover by the time those shots got there. So I switch over to this Omaha. Don't get any hits on him, so then I go ahead and switch over to the battleship and throw some shots over the mountain. Only get one hit, though, for very light damage, 360. Not too big of a deal. But as you can see, just the way the forces are kind of collapsing on each other, it's really gonna get it's gonna be touch and go over in this corner. So we're gonna need some pretty good gunnery. And as I kind of see the way it's developing, I'm gonna go ahead and make a U-turn here. I don't want to go all the way into that corner and be hemmed in by two map borders and lose maneuverability. So I go ahead and make a U-turn to start running with these other cruisers that have already turned around. And while I'm waiting for my back batteries to turn around, I'm just letting that battleship have it with the front batteries. But now I go ahead and switch off for the closer target, which is going to be this enemy Cleveland. Start shooting at him with the front batteries. Back batteries finally make it all the way around. So I'm able to kind of stagger my shots between the batteries, which is nice. You know, kind of lets you adjust your aim properly, so you don't waste all your shots at once. Now I know that you can do that manually just by having a light trigger finger and kind of staggering the batteries, but the reload making it mandatory helps too. So now I go ahead and look around for enemy planes coming in. And you can see that their battleship, the one I left, is still over in the corner, but I'm kind of next to this other battleship now, so I'm still in a good escort position. And as we clear this island, I can see enemy torpedo bombers coming in. And I can see their aircraft carriers in range, so I start shooting at him. Unfortunately, I still have the AP loader, and I don't want to switch to HE at this moment in time. And as these torpedo bombers get in, I activate my anti-aircraft ability, just to make their spread super wide. And you can see, if we take a look to the right, you can see how wide those torpedo spreads are. Unfortunately, I'm kind of more paying attention to the planes and to the enemy ships than really my deployment. And I see that destroyer over there, which is kind of why, and those torpedo bombers, I started turning in that direction, turning into the torpedoes, but I didn't notice that this battleship wasn't really paying attention and was staying broadside. So that kind of costs me eating a torpedo, and he gets hit by a torpedo as well. And then this destroyer just really lets him have it with the full spread. I'm able to churn out and accelerate and get away from this torpedo spread. While putting some pretty good shots on the destroyer, but this battleship just really wasn't paying attention, I don't think. He really needed to turn his nose into those torpedo threats rather than keep running broadside. But I'm able to take out that destroyer. Unfortunately, that destroyer was able to sink the battleship. But now kind of looking at the map, it's a pretty even game, 7-6. But I have definitely broken through the center here. There's another cruiser and another battleship that were with me, but they're both dead. But I am, still got most of my health left, and I've broken through the center. So I'm gonna go ahead and put shots on this battleship, just to help out our battleship over there, just make him die a little bit quicker, and that battleship actually gets him to the secondaries. And then I turn into this Omaha. I know he's gonna have torpedoes, so that's why I'm turning into him while I put shots on him. Because I just want to avoid those torpedoes if possible. Spoiler alert, it's not going to happen, because in order to get more guns on him and avoid that island, I kind of have to turn broadside. Now, what I should have done, and this was a mistake that I did, is go ahead and start churning to port again right now, and just keep firing at him with my front batteries. Unfortunately, I keep the turn to starboard, and I start turning to port way too late. Which means I do get hit by 2 of these torpedoes, which takes off most of my health. But, luckily for me, by this point in the game, we've killed all of their surface ships, except for their 2 aircraft carriers. So as I'm kind of churning back to starboard to start coming into that aircraft carrier, I can see there's planes above me and there's torpedo bombers over there. I get hit. Luckily, I don't get set on fire because my repair is down because I had to use it to stem the flooding. So a bit of luck there. But unfortunately, that friendly battleship that was off to my left did get taken out by those torpedo bombers. So now, given that only the carriers are left, I am switching over to that HE. And you can see this devastating effect there. Set him on fire, forced him to repair. And I'm going to go ahead and try to set him on fire again. These shells have a pretty good chance of setting enemies on fire. There we go. Once again, set the flight deck on fire, so now he can't launch or land any of his planes. And I'm just going to go ahead and chase him down and keep trying to put shells into him. As I go ahead and chase him, I'm going to start straightening out a little bit to hopefully get my rear batteries in on the action and work this guy down a little bit more. You can see from the mini-map, the kind of team deployment is such that I'm really in kind of the vanguard position. And that's really leaving me to chew these aircraft carriers up. Gonna hit this guy, and then the other aircraft carrier is spotted over in G6. So as soon as we take out this aircraft carrier, I'm gonna go ahead and churn and start looking to take out the other enemy aircraft carrier, which is immediately within my range as well. He sends more dive bombers towards me. They do set me on fire. They don't kill me though. My repair was up, so I'm able to put that fire out. And they're still kind of circling around me, I think just for spotting purposes. So my AA is really just to keep firing. I watched the scout here, just, for no particular reason. I just felt like putting a plane in the sky. Whatever. But now this last remaining carrier is well within my gun range. So I just start working on him with the HE and kind of straighten out a little bit again to get those back turrets facing. And you can see just the amount of aircraft that are above me, both from this carrier and the other carrier. I'm able just to be constantly shooting down planes. 14 planes, 15 planes now shot down in this match so far. Now this guy go ahead and he stops, which kind of throws me off for a minute, but the Cleveland's guns are so fast firing that I can easily readjust to his now reverse heading, or if he was reversing before, his now forward heading. And I'm able to really just go to town on him. Again, these guns fire so fast. I've also lit him on fire again, so his flight deck's on fire, so those dive bombers that just landed aren't going to be able to be launched again. But his health is rapidly dwindling. Kind of, get some misses while he's changing course, but again, fire so fast I'm able to reacquire the target and keep putting the fire in, and that's the game. So, taking a look at the post-game stats, you can see that was a fairly fast match, and my guns were able to be firing pretty much the entire time. You can see 146 target hits with 16 planes shot down. So, That's a lot of fire going out. 4 enemy ships sunk, including their 2 carriers. You can just see 372 main battery shells fired. Just a ton of fire being put out on the enemy team. 69 AP hits, 82 HE hits, about 75,000 damage done in that match. And granted, those 2 carrier kills were uncontested. They were the last 2 enemy ships alive. But just being able to get in there, escort our battleships. Unfortunately, the battleship didn't really turn in the torpedoes, and he got sunk. The second battleship I was escorting. But take out a destroyer, take out a cruiser, work on the enemy battleships a little bit, and then work on their carriers. And that's, target priority order as well. So you can just see the amount of carnage that we're able to wreak. Really good game. 311,000 credits, over 3,000 experience, 2,000 base experience. Just a really, really, really excellent win, and an exciting win, and just a fun match to play. I like those matches where it's just constant action from the get-go. So I hope you enjoyed that match. I know this was a pretty short video, but I will see you next time.